Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and still with our continued coverage as Egyptian nationals abroad continue casting their votes on the second day of the Senate elections. Of course, the Senate being the second chamber of the Egyptian parliament. And to tell us more on some of the updates from the National Elections Authority headquarters, we're delighted to be joined by Nile TV's correspondent, Wael Alfy. Wael, good afternoon to you. Wael, can you hear me? Wael, are you with us on the line? Right, we seem to have a bit of a technical problem with our line. We'll take a short break and hopefully get our correspondent back on the line. After the short break, do stay tuned. Right, welcome back. We're delighted to be joined over the telephone by our correspondent from Nile TV International, Wael Alfy. Good afternoon to you, Wael.
Good afternoon, yes.
Right, Wael, what can you tell us with regards to some of the updates you've been receiving from the National Elections Authority with regards to the second day of Egyptians casting their votes in the Senate elections abroad? Wael.
The executive director of the National Election Authority, the electoral process in Senate elections commence abroad is proceeding smoothly for the second day. Executive Director of the National Election Authority will talk to educate citizens about their political rights. Executive Director of the National Election Authority orders abroad can communicate with the National Elections Authority through its official website. And there is continuous communication with Egyptian ambassadors abroad to monitor the electoral process and they use any officers, the Executive Director of the National Elections Authority, the influx of Egyptians abroad to vote in the Senate election is a message that we are united. The election authority, the National Election Authority, the electoral process in Senate elections commence abroad is proceeding smoothly for the second day.
Right. Nile TV's correspondent Wael Alfy, many thanks for your update, and we'll be joining you throughout the day for further updates with regards to the voting process abroad. And of course, we're getting reports from different countries, including Egyptian nationals abroad who've continued casting their votes in Kuwait as the Egyptian community continues the vote at the Egyptian embassy amid a high turnout that is expected to continue till 9 p.m. according to the timetable set by the National Election Authority. Also in France, Egyptian expatriates are flocking to the electoral polling stations to vote in the Senate 2025 elections on the second day of the vote, and today a higher turnout is expected, of course, as it is the weekend. Do stay tuned. We'll be right back for our continued coverage here on Nile TV International of the Senate elections for 2025.